Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge.
Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again. She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. This week has been a turbulent one for veteran radio and talk show host Wendy Williams, as several reports suggest that the screen diva is in one trouble or the other. First, it was reported that she was seeking help at an undisclosed mental facility. Then later news made the rounds that she was broke and in dire need of financial help. Fortunately, the screen diva has spoken about her financial situation, and this sent shockwaves through her fandom. What did the 59-year-old say? And how is it affecting her reputation in the media, making it seem like everything is okay? Always Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3, but in reality, there's something wrong going on. Wendy Williams is set to release a documentary detailing her battles since she was a kid. The documentary, titled Where is Wendy Williams, is set to premiere later this month, and it features interviews with Wendy's inner circle of friends and relatives in one of the segments of the trailer, which was released on February 1. The talk show host gave a sneak peek of her financial situation, and it made a few fans teary. In her own words, "I have no money, and let me tell you something. If it happens to me, it can happen to you," Williams stated, as she looked into the camera. Though the trailer doesn't say the cause of her financial woe, some scenes suggest that she spent her money on health. A string of montages showcases the actress battling some unknown sickness and struggling to stand up. Another scene also depicts the talk show host being wheeled around in a health facility, so it seems legit to suggest that the actress had spent her money on her treatment. However, some fans also surmise that Williams may have spent her money on substances. The talk show host herself admitted in the trailer, via a voiceover, that she spent a good decade of her life using illicit substances. Many fans pointed out that a substance in question was expensive. Thus, it could easily be the source of her financial woe. And away we go. Love you, Wendy. All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television. You're going to be back on TV. That's easy. Interestingly, this isn't the first time Wendy Williams is in the news for going broke. Last year, the celebrated radio personality had a lengthy legal battle with her bank, which denied her access to her own funds. According to reports, Wendy placed a simple request to the bank for her financial statement because she suspected misconduct on the part of her financial advisors. As part of her request, Wendy indicated that she wanted to switch banks because she didn't trust her current bank. This simple request generated a firestorm, as the bank refused and instead requested guardianship, claiming that Wendy was an incapacitated person. The bank also stated that she was a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. Curiously, the courts agreed with the bank and placed Wendy under temporary financial guardianship, which meant that she could only access her money if the court approved her request. Later in June, a judge ruled in favor of the bank, and she was placed under another temporary financial guardianship until July. Speaking to The Hollywood Reporter, lawyer for Wendy Williams, Sean Thomas, said Wendy doesn't agree with a financial guardian being appointed if it's the court's intention to have one appointed over her affairs. For the long haul, she definitely isn't going to accept that. Wendy accused her financial advisor of lying, that she was not mentally fit to handle her own money. She claimed that her bank's move to put her under financial guardianship could leave her defaulting on some of the bills she had to pay. She asserted that she had the mental capacity to dispense her own money as she deemed fit and prayed the court to allow her to do that. In an affidavit to a New York court, Wendy accused her bank of denying her access to her account debt. Despite her decision to terminate the financial advisor, she stated, "As a result of her improper conduct in relation to my accounts, Wells Fargo continues to deny me access to my financial assets." And statements in a twist of events, Wendy's former manager, Bernie Young, volunteered to be placed as the financial guardian over her finances. Last year, Wendy fired Bernie Young and her entire management team for mismanaging her finances. However, Bernie Young's new move means that the court could grant him roll over Wendy's finances, believing that he was acting in the best interest of the television personality. But Wendy was having none of that. She had Bernie fired earlier on for mismanaging her funds, and now didn't want him to be placed as her financial guardian. Thus the TV host took to social media to pour out fresh allegations against her former manager. According to Wendy, Bernie used her $10,000 to hire a lawyer to fight for him to be placed as her financial guardian. Interestingly, Wendy's son, Kevin Hunter Jr., holds power of attorney over his mother, which allows him to act on behalf of his mother. However, sources indicate that Kevin hasn't made any move to place himself as his mother's financial guardian. According to sources, Kevin believes that his mother is in the right frame of mind to make smart financial decisions without anyone's intervention. So many fans are left wondering why Bernie Young is bent on putting himself in charge of Wendy's finances. Some fans suspect that Bernie must have truly mismanaged Wendy's funds, as is afraid of being found out if Wendy gets hold of her bank statements. Others feel that Bernie might be benefiting from Wendy's misfortune and would want to continue enjoying it. Interestingly, in 2020, Wells Fargo had to pay about $3 billion in settlement to customers after it was discovered that the bank had fraudulently opened millions of savings and checking accounts without the consent of their customers. So given this background, a few fans are skeptical about the bank's decision to not allow Wendy Williams access to her own funds. After all, a bank that has been involved in shady dealings a few years ago can't be trusted to safely oversee anyone's finances. Moreover, Wendy Williams assured the general public that she was of a sound mind and asked her fans to disregard reports claiming she lacked the competency to manage her money. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "When people want control of your accounts, they say anything, including something crazy like that about me." Thus, some fans felt that raising their voices for their star would help her retrieve her frozen funds in Wells Fargo. One such wrote, "Let's make a petition to help Wendy to get access to her accounts and funds with Wells Fargo. We helped Britney, we can help Wendy. Wendy sounds well enough to at least have access to her funds." Others believe that Wells Fargo was being dishonest in its dealings and was taking advantage of the situation for its own benefit. One fan commented, "Wells Fargo is disgusting to stand behind an employee who is dishonest, and using Wendy's medical records against her knowledge is not only criminal, but also disgusting. How can an organization stand behind that? Shame on Lori. What a low life. Not all thieves work on the streets. Somewhere suits." Some fans felt sorry for Wendy as her team betrayed her. They questioned the rationale behind Bernie Young keeping Wendy from accessing her own money. Damn, if Bernie keeping the money away from Wendy, then I'm really wording to question this situation. Wendy always spoke so highly of Bernie. A doctor can't just send medical records, that's a violation. So what's going on? Many fans backed Wendy's claim that she was in the right mental state to manage her own finances. They wrote, "Even if she was sick, she certainly has the reasoning to see a coup between the bank and former manager. Why would she fire the former manager without cause? And what is most puzzling is what legal rights does the former manager have to be her legal guardian? It is clear something is wrong here. Her instincts are spoken." Others sympathized with the former radio personality, as the people she trusted the most with her finances conspired to betray her. They felt that Wendy Williams deserved better. One fan shared their opinion, "The saddest part of betrayal is that it never comes from your enemies unknown. Stay strong, Wendy. For now, nothing concrete has been decided, and with the courts appearing to side with Bernie, according to sources, fans may not get to know his true intentions." Meanwhile, Wendy Williams had relocated from New York to Florida for unknown reasons, with many tabloids speculating health reasons. And they may be right. Some people, including Wendy's son, Kevin, feel that the media personality has given her all to the media space and deserves a quieter place where she could rest and recuperate. According to reports, Wendy is suffering from Graves' disease and other thyroid issues, which is preventing her from living and work Normally last year, her son expressed worry over her mom's health issue in an interview with The Sun, claiming that the people around her were trying to take advantage of her radio host. Miss Jones was one of the first people to report that Wendy Williams had relocated, speaking to her fans. Miss Jones claimed that she paid a visit to Wendy's home in New York, only to be told that she had moved months ago. Some tabloids reported that the talk show host was filming a new reality series centered around